like, yeah, I'm gonna be okay, but like she's got her parents recycling and they've never recycled before. And at that moment was when animals became not enough. Educating about animals is great, but at that moment is when I saw educating people about green living is where the whole thing gets bigger, and the impact I can have will be so much more profound and really, really make a difference. I just had a whole household take on recycling, and I didn't even know I was doing that. So that was a moment for me that was a really, it changed the whole thing for me. And that's where Zootopia really, really started to formulate and come about and really blossom into the commitment that it is today.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit like what you have done so far. What have you accomplished so far?
What we've accomplished so far is we are officially a nonprofit organization in California. We've completed our tax-exempt status. We have an active and working board. We've held several small fundraisers and raised a little bit of money. We're working on expanding that. We've created kind of the game plan of like the 5-year goals. We have the 1-year goals and the 3-year goals and the 5-year goals. And we've officially started our program. So we are actually out there. The outreach division is officially launched, and we're going out and doing programs, primarily after-school programs right now, which are 1-hour after-school programs that the parents have as a extracurricular educational option that they can do for their kids after school. They take the small animals, and the kids learn about the small animals, why they're important, even the bugs. Even though they're yucky, they're very important. And the ecosystems and how it all fits together on the planet. And then the green living, solar power, why solar power is important, electric cars, all of that.
Yeah, totally. Starting step by step.
Yep, step by step.
So what has been the most difficult part during that process of just starting the launching?
For me, it's been patience. This is a really big project that I've taken on, and it's not a project that's gonna, pop up overnight. So for me, the biggest thing is just being patient. I want everything to happen now. I want the property now, and I want to have the camp now, and I want the animals now. So just staying focused on the big goal and seeing it's going to take some time for all of this to happen, and just staying focused on what I have accomplished and staying focused on what do I need to accomplish now, and just being patient with all of it. I have a support group. I have my board members that are there to help me. They're committed to the same thing. They're on the board because they want to see this happen. So when I get frustrated, I turn to the board members and I ask them, can we talk about it a little bit? I'm getting frustrated. I don't feel like we're going anywhere. I don't feel like it's ever going to happen. So I get very, very frustrated, of course, to tears. And, sometimes I'm just sitting and crying. It's so frustrating because it just doesn't seem like it's ever going to happen. And I want to quit all the time. I want to quit, constantly. But it's something that I can't really walk away from because it is my life passion. So, what would the point of life be? For me, there would be no point of life if I don't do this.
Yeah.
So.
And you have the supporting group, and you talk about it. Sometimes just talking about it. Yeah. Just get out of it.
Yeah, just talking about it. Here's where I'm frustrated, and just getting it out. Just talking about it makes the frustration almost always makes it completely go away. So having a support group for me has been very, very important. If I didn't have that support group and have a team of people working with me, I wouldn't have ever started this project.
Yeah. So Carrie, now you're a mom with a little girl. Now, how do you balance your life and your passion?
It's hard sometimes. That's another one of the hurdles, is keeping the balance. Because my daughter's 16 months old, and she can be very time consuming. A toddler is on the go, and so I really try to focus on looking at how I spend my time every day, and kind of allotting, spacing it out, you know, a couple hours on this and a couple hours on this and a couple hours on this. And I don't keep a written record of it yet. I will have to at some point to actually track how much time I'm spending on work. But right now I just kind of keep a mental note of I've worked for X amount of hours and now I'm going to take a break and I'm going to go play with the baby for a little while. And now I'm going to get some household stuff done and go grocery shopping. And so I just kind of keep a mental note and make sure that I'm pacing everything out, that I'm not spending too much time on any one thing so that none of the aspects of my life go lacking. When you have a project that you're starting like this, you have to keep yourself going. Because I don't have a boss. I don't have a boss who's telling me, Carrie, you got to get this done by this time. I have to be that person for myself. So, and with my board members, that's another way that I utilize my board members. I have a very active board right now. Not all board members are that active, but that's another way is we set goals for ourselves. We're going to have this done by this week or this month. And it's pacing yourself out and really focusing on having balance in your life.
Just practically, how are you doing financially, and what do you envision, and what are you doing to raise money or to generate revenue and to fulfill your vision?
We started out in the beginning. We started out with some small fundraisers. We partnered with a restaurant. We had a really great fundraiser one night. We partnered with a restaurant. They were interested in our project. They wanted to support us. So we had a buffet dinner. And me and the rest of the board and some other people, volunteers, people that are kind of behind what we're doing, we invited people to come down, have dinner with us. We shared about what Zootopia does. They had the buffet that the restaurant provided, which was fabulous, fabulous food. And we also held a silent auction. We had items that had been donated, and it was all us asking people for items. You know, people we knew that were painters, and we asked them, could you donate a painting to us? Or, you know, various people that have different items, or services. We also had services that were donated, dog training, things of that sort. And we held a silent auction, and in that one evening, we raised $800. So, you know, not a whole lot of money, but it was enough money. At the time, we were doing a lot of filing, and we had filing fees to pay, and it didn't cost us anything to do that event, and we made $800. And you get the word out, and so we had several small events in the beginning, and then now we've gotten the programs going. So we've got a little bit of program money coming in. And at this point, we're using the program money to fund a grant writer consultant. She's not doing all the grant writing for us because we can't afford that. But she's consulting us. So me and the other board members are writing the grant proposals. And now we're submitting grant proposals for the bigger amounts of money, $4,000, $5,000. Eventually we'll get into the $10,000, $15,000. And that'll be a larger revenue source for us, is the grant funding.
Wow, good. Great. So thank you so much, Carrie. So what's your last advice you will give to people who are following their passion or who are starting to follow their passion? What would be your advice or your lessons?
Don't quit. You can't quit. You gotta find your passion, whatever it is. Talk to people, refine it. If you keep talking to people about it, it gets clearer and clearer and clearer for you. Write it down on paper. Write your goals down on paper. Put some kind of support system in place for yourself, whether it's, for me, it's having other people work with me that know, so that when I get scared and I start to go backwards, they're there to go, no, come on, Carrie, let's go forward. So yeah, talk to people about what your passion is. Start writing it down, get it really clear for yourself, and put a support system in place that will have you not be able to go backwards.
Oh, thank you so much, Carrie.
You're very welcome.
Thank you again. Thank you so much.
Very welcome.
Go ahead.
Thank you.
Yeah.